track 5, beautiful. I was seeing this girl, this is after Drunk Sluts Forever came out, and I was starting to work on what I thought was going to be the next album. And she was a lawyer, and a corporate lawyer, and I remember she was working crazy hours, and she was a little bit uptight, but beautiful, cool person, I think. And anyway, I took her out, another motorcycle story, I took her out in the back of my motorcycle, and I mean, I don't remember exactly how it happened. I think I'd parked. I'd already parked the bike, and she, like, when she was getting off, she like leaned her leg against the bike, like the tailpipes, and it burned the hell out of her inner calf, I guess. And, you know, like in a car, you know, don't touch the engine, it gets hot, you know. And I felt so bad, like, that I hadn't warned her that, you know, the motorcycle pipes get hot. I thought I had, I don't know, like, it's kind of common sense. But so she burned herself, so we ended up going to like a firehouse or something. She's like, oh, I think it's gonna scar. And I mean, it did, like, it was like, left a welt, you know. And I remember thinking, I better write her a song. You know, if this scars, you know, I owe her one. So I thought of this, you know, I thought of the lyrics, you know. I've seen your faults, I've seen your scars, I've seen your burns. I know what you are, and it's beautiful. I mean, it was just a little thing on her leg, but anyway, so that, of course, was in conjunction with this music that I wrote, and I was on my way out the door. I'd gotten a Rhodes, a Fender Rhodes piano, and it was on my way out the door to meet my friend to work on Echo Park, that riff and some other stuff I've been working on, and I just hit on the Rhodes. Normally in a song you got an A, you got major 7, then you go to a 6, and then you go back to the dominant 7, which you don't normally find next to a major 7. I think in my head, I was thinking of like Joe Cocker singing "You Are So Beautiful," or Prince, or like somebody with a lot of soul emoting a song just as a pure gift for a woman that they love, or a man they love. Could be anybody, right? A pure, like, no like selfish emotions, just like, I just want to tell you how great you are. And so I had that music. I wrote, like, that whole thing came together like that, and I showed it to my friend Neal, and he was like, oh, that's a classic. And he was big on, he wanted me to just do a one-note bass line, so I kept that. That was Neal's idea. Thank you, Neal. And I remember when I played the piano, I had a digital piano in Shanghai, and I played it, and that's take 1. It's not hard. But it was just like, take 1, it really nailed it. So it was, like, really felt natural to me. And then when I got to the solo, which is something, I'll try to play it correctly. So I did, and then I played it again with the harmony part. But I remember thinking when I played it, one of my favorite slide guitar players is George Harrison. Not as a Beatle, but his solo stuff in the 70s and 80s. And 90s. He had just some of the most gorgeous slide parts. They reminded me of like Santo and Johnny. If you think of, I think it's Sleepwalk. Just a real exquisite way with a slide that you can get these, gossamer notes sliding around. And I remember, I'm not a religious person really, but I remember praying for the soul of George Harrison to enter my body when I played that solo. That is a true story. This is true. Like, George, let me be your vessel. Let me be your vehicle. Speak through my fingers, like, because he just has such a beautiful way with slide guitar, you know. So that's what I was going for. And I finished the lyrics during the lockdown that I mentioned before, the first lockdown of my campus in Shanghai, January 2020, when I was stuck in a little hotel suite, the faculty club hotel suite, and I didn't see another person. Really, I didn't have a conversation for like 6 weeks. I was completely alone, right? There was just, there was somebody who would come by, like knock on the door, "Are you still alive?" You know, in Chinese. They'd bring water. That was cool. But otherwise, I didn't see another living soul. And I finished these lyrics, which were all about like togetherness and being like, you know, this perfect love song for this perfect person that, despite all their flaws, they're perfect to you. And I remember I cried when I finished them because I had no one and was completely alone. Oh well. Anyway.